I was holding it vertically, and I need to hold the camera horizontally. Lots of scaffolding. And I also have to, look at her. This is what's so fabulous about New York people watching. So this is a church, which was then one of the hottest nightclubs. Well, when I was in college, it was a hot nightclub. And then oh, look at the outdoor dining, isn't that cool? And then it kind of fell into bad times because the owner was, I think, convicted of drug dealing and who knows what else. Look at this. Look at the street art in this. How much fun is that? Random guys selling stuff on the street. Anyway, it was a nightclub, and then the guy, I can't remember, he was famous. This was like back in the 80s. Got, I think, convicted of drug dealing or money laundering or both. Who knows? Anyway, then it was just kind of empty. Then a bunch of, I don't know, some brilliant person bought it and turned it into like a mini mall, shopping mall with all these cool little shops. I mean, cool, I don't know, I never went in there, but it seemed like it was sort of popular. And then, or maybe not, because then I guess it all sort of stopped. And now, I don't even know what it is anymore. So here we are. Now I have a decision. I can hop in the subway here on 23rd and go up to Bryant Park, which is 40th, or I can just walk. I'm on 6th Avenue. Heading north. I'm going to have to show you, I'm going to point the camera up because these buildings up here, these new skyscrapers, are all within the last, I don't know, 10 years maybe? And they're totally blocking our view of the Empire State Building. My husband and I complain about this. This is like such a New York City complaint. Because the truth is, they're constantly building things. All right, 23rd. That's facing east. So I guess I'm walking because I just passed the subway. It's really a nice day. I think it's got to be, what, 73 degrees, something like that. A lot of people on the street. Look, all the people. Compared to the garment district, which was empty. Oh my gosh. So, lots of people out and about. Look at that building. And here's another one. Look how tall those buildings are. The city has definitely grown vertically since I've been here.
She said 9,000 square foot.
There's the ubiquitous Starbucks. It's on every corner. I keep thinking that during this pandemic that some of them are going to close, but they don't seem to. I know, Seattle people, just close your ears. You didn't even hear me say this. anything about Starbucks. We do have lots of local place, like more small coffee places. Don't want to get sick and have to require an ambulance in New York City because you're not going anywhere very quickly. But on the other hand, if you do get sick, now is probably a good time because the traffic isn't anywhere near as bad as it is when we're not in the middle of a pandemic. I don't know if you've noticed, but do you see all the scaffolding? There is scaffolding just all over the place. So we're coming up to, where are we? We're on 26th, which used to be right down the block there was where the quilt shop was. God, isn't it awful? I can't even remember the name of it. Is it New York City Quilts? Something like that. Remember? It's huge. Before I got into all of this, and I just had my jewelry business and was designing jewelry, I would walk by and look in and think, that's so weird that they've got like this huge storefront for people who like to quilt. That's so weird. I wouldn't have thought they'd have enough customers to keep them, and the place would be packed. And for years I'd pass it and think each time, that's so strange. And then I got into quilting and it was like, oh, I'm coming here all the time. There's a sidewalk dining up ahead. Even though I believe yesterday we finally opened up for indoor dining, I guess there was quite a bit of trepidation amongst New Yorkers about that. We'll see how that goes. I, however, have been making a cassoulet, which I've never made before, but since I'm trying to learn French, I've been experimenting with very typical French dishes, and cassoulet is one of them. See that outdoor dining there with all the plants and all this light, so at night it's all lit up. Oh, and look at this building. Look at this one. With the new. Check out those guys on the scaffold up there. I would not want to be one of them. Chain, obviously 33rd Street, and going to cross over to 34th with Macy's right there in the corner. You can see the big red bit. So we're coming up to 37th Street, and between 37th and 38th is M J Trimmings. And when I was in college, M&J had a little store, but it was totally where you went. You got inspired to look at buttons and ribbon and all that stuff. And then it got really big and it took over the store next door. It was huge. And now I think they've reduced it again. Anyway, we'll walk by and look. I don't go there very often. Every now and then. Every now and then I have to have you look up. There's a lot of cool stuff to look up. Okay, so here's M J. And they used to have this much smaller space, but they had this space and then the one right there as well, and they expanded. And then they kind of went back down. And now here they are, and we'll just go quickly in. Look at the ribbon. This is my favorite, it's velvet and silk. And you just have to see this. They have hand dyed silks that are like an ombre effect. Or, I don't know, ombre, it's not an ombre, but some of these are. Aren't those beautiful? They're silk. Here we have all of this. And we have brocade. So, just for those of you who don't know New York City, we're just east of the Garment District. This isn't really considered the Garment District anymore, even though you do get sort of remnants of shops selling garment district type things. More scaffolding. God, I hope I'm on the right block. I'll have to Google it if I get to the end of the block and I'm wrong. I mean, obviously I'll be wrong, and then I'll have to Google it and figure out where am I. I thought it was on 39. More outdoor dining. But you know, getting lost in New York City is part of the experience as well, so. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You too. Okay, so somehow I managed to, I'm on the wrong block. So now we're heading up towards Fifth Avenue. God, can you believe this? I've lived here for 40 years and I still don't know my, you know, well. Oh boy. Wrong block. I guess it's on 38th Street. Or who knows, maybe it's on 37th Street. We'll have to see. I'm gonna have to Google it. Okay, so I'm on Fifth Avenue. I've Googled it. Not only is it not on 38th Street, and it's definitely not on 39th because I just walked on that. It's on 37th. So, go figure. I just shot right past it, went 2 blocks beyond. So now I'm coming at it from Fifth Avenue. And just so you can see, this is absurd to have. Look at the traffic on Fifth Avenue. There's hardly any. This is in the middle of the day. I mean, this is considered no traffic, by the way. Middle of the day on a Thursday. You normally have just traffic backed up. So things have changed. we're resilient, we New Yorkers. So, all right. So I'm on the right street now. I hope. City bikes. Lots of people are riding bikes now. One of the big upticks is bike shops. They're doing an amazing business with bikes because people don't want to get in cars. They don't want to get in taxis. They don't want to get in the subway. And they don't want to get in Ubers or Lyfts. So they're buying bikes or renting them. Okay, I think the reason I shot past this street before was because last time I came here, there was scaffolding, and now they've taken the scaffolding down. I don't know. So see this shop right here? This is kind of an outlier of the garment district. Here's another one. Little dining outside. Here's another one. Here it is. I was gonna say I managed to go by it. So here we are, Gotham Quilts. Liberty. Look at this cool machine. The Bernina. I love that. Get to see the insides of it. Gotham Quilts. Okay, I'm gonna come in. Here's Orifil. Now remember, this is New York City, so space is at a premium, and but look at their fabric. They have a lot of Tula Pink. Here is, ooh, I don't even know what this is. This is cool. It says embroidery floss. It's very cool. Look at these old machines. So this is owned by Yvette and Andrea. And they have an upstairs, which is the upstairs area there, which is where they have classes. I was supposed to do a 6-hour workshop here in April. Obviously that got canceled. Here they're Berninas. They carry all lines of Berninas. And then they have things like little scrap bags and little felted wool kits and little fat quarters, and then here are their solids. These are fun. Love these polka dots. Look at this pillow. How cute is this? A modern hexy pillow kit. That is adorable. Okay, who designed this? Do you know who designed this modern hexy pillow kit?
I believe, well, I know her Instagram is Modern Handcraft.
Okay.
Can't remember her name.
Because I don't want to show it and not be able to give her a plug. That is so cute. Little animals. Okay, so I am leaving Gotham and I'm now heading back. I sort of feel like I should take this subway, even though normally I would not, because I sort of have a rule about the subway. If it's less than 20 blocks away, I don't take the subway. And it's less than 20 blocks. But just barely. So, but I feel like I should take the subway, well, to support the subway system, but also because it's just so extraordinary to go on the subway at this time of day and to see no one there. But on the other hand, every time I say that now, I think how funny I am. Not so funny. So on the other hand, to get to the subway, I have to walk 2 more blocks, and then I get off the subway. I'm literally saving myself from walking like 10 blocks because I'll get off at 23rd because the next stop is 14th and that's too far. So to get on the subway for one stop seems wrong. I mean, it just seems wrong by New York standards. You know? I did a good thing. I picked up my husband's coffee. He wanted some coffee, so I picked that up. And now we're heading back downtown on 6th Avenue. There's Macy's again. Big buildings that block our view of the Empire State Building. Macy's is such an architecturally beautiful building. It's also unheard of in New York City to have an entire building that covers the entire block along the crosstown block, as well as a block that goes from 34th to 35th. I mean, that's just extraordinary. I don't think there is any other building in Manhattan that can claim that. So, I'm not sure what this is. But it's some sort of protest. Some kind. Stop killing. Okay. Well, I think that's a good message. I think we can all get behind it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over there and see what's going on because look at this.
Hey, you know what's going on here?
I have no idea. I was just gonna cross over and see. But there are these guys in red uniforms over here which is really odd. Okay, let's go find out what this is. And extraordinarily, they have a band. Here we go. These guys are up to. Let's go back and I'm gonna get in the subway. See, you guys, I told you I was going to take you on a fun excursion. Guys, here we go. Get out my subway card. see what it's like. Gosh, I'm taking 2 subways in 2 weeks. That's unheard of. That's more than I've taken in 6 months put together. Alright, it's hot down here, and I have to figure out where I'm going. So I need to do here. Not a lot of people. This is a big, big subway station, the 34th Street. Kind of, again, kind of amazing. See what it's like on the platform. And I just missed it. Let's see. If I stay at the northern end of the train station, alright, I'll get off. Here's the train coming. So there are a few more people here. Hardly anyone on these trains. I think this has got to be so rough on the subway system to have so few people.
The next stop is 23rd Street. Stand clear of closing doors, please.
Here we go. One guy there. We got a couple people there, and that's it. There's very few people on this train. Are. So you can see that's the Freedom Tower in the distance. Okay, so I just have to show you. This is my cassoulet. Looks pretty good, right? All right. So now I have to take my gloves off, wash my hands, take off my mask, and I'm home.